I can get a cab. Let me give you a graphic illustration. I can get a cab from Lugbe to Kubwa. And because the cabman doesn't know the distance, he can charge me 1,000 naira. It is right for me to pay him because that's what he charged me. But I know that from here to Kubwa cannot be 1,000. So when I get to Kubwa, I will tell him, no, this journey should be 2,500 or 3,000. Take 3,000. If I pay 1,000, I'm righteous because I paid what he told me. But because you are just, your conscience won't let you do that. If you have not come there, he say your fasting is an act of hypocrisy. And if you like, do it for 70 years. God won't know it. And so the second thing that defines the concept of fasting is the ability to be benevolently disposed in righteousness and in justice to one another. If that is not happening, it's not a fast. People fast for 2 years, they are keeping my body. They say you just wasted your time, and be careful so that you don't end up with ulcer. Because if the power of God does not come upon that you're fasting, there will be chemical imbalance. That's why many people fast into sickness and death, because they are fasting with malice, they are fasting with wickedness, they are fasting with all kinds of fleshly garbage. God does not recognize it. And so the second thing that defines the concept of fasting is justice, is righteousness, is kindness, is love, devotion to one another. The third thing that defines the concept of fasting is separation in prayer. You can't fast without praying. More than 70% of the time, the word fasting is used in scripture is fasting and prayer. And so if you cannot pray, then you can't fast. Because if you are fasting, you are separated in order to engage God. There's actually no fasting without prayer. Fasting without prayer is a hunger strike. The Bible speaking, it said in Matthew chapter 4 verse 1, the Spirit drove Jesus to the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And he said Jesus was there for 40 days and 40 nights, and he fasted and he prayed. It's not possible to be separated unto God and the prayer appetite is not awoken. And so every time a man genuinely fasts, there's a burden for prayer. You must engage the spirit that you sat under. You must engage the spirit that you are separated unto, because it puts a demand on prayer. And finally, fasting is a time of humbling ourselves. In Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 3, he said, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and he fed thee with manna, that thou mightest know that man shall not live by bread alone. So he suffered them to hunger in order to humble them. And so every time men fast, they are humbled.